So in today's video I thought it'd be fun if I told you some times that I've almost died. Because honestly, I have almost died a lot of times. So why not share it with you guys? So how I almost died the first time was because, you know the school trip I mentioned in my favourites video where I came back with like the raisin lips? Well in that same school trip, a week long, and one of the days we were there we were just sitting down to eat and we were all given oranges for dessert. So it's like individual tables, and so I sat with my friends at one table, and then there was like, you know, other people on other tables, and then there was the teacher's table, which was like in front of everyone. So, you know, they could keep an eye on us kinda, you know, so we're all like eating, whatever. And then, I don't know if anybody else gets this, but does anybody else get tired of like chewing after a while? Like if something isn't like breaking, you're just like, to hell with it, like just swallow it, like see what happens. Well, I do that often, and that is what gets me killed. Well, almost killed a lot. This was like 4 years ago. So Features Rose was like, even though I have like half an orange in my mouth, I'm just gonna swallow it anyways and see what happens. And then I started choking. So like panic set in, and I was like looking at all my friends, because all my friends were like in the same table in front of me. They were all just staring at me. Some were laughing, and I was like, dude, this is not a joke, I'm about to die. So anyways, I was just sitting around like looking at everybody like, you know, help, hello. And coincidentally, our table was like right in front of the teacher's table. It wasn't like in the far back, so I was lucky on that. But like none of those teachers even noticed I was choking. So coincidentally, one of the teachers from that table had just gone outside earlier to smoke, and he was just coming back inside when I had started choking. So he managed to spot me coming in the door. He just like ran to my side, did the Heimlich maneuver, got the orange out, and I carried on with my day. And as you can imagine, I was a bit freaked out to eat oranges after that. Oh, another time I almost died was when I was jumping on my brother's bed, and he had like this massive ship made out of Mega Blocks. And if you don't know what Mega Blocks is, it's basically like Lego, but like a thicker version of Lego. It's like a different brand, I don't know, but it's not as great as Lego. Lego's queen, obviously. Basically what happened was I was just jumping on his bed for like a good solid minute, and then I ended up tripping over one of his teddies or something, and I went head first onto his Mega Block ship. And I'm not sure what happened after that, like, did I pass out or something? Because I can't exactly remember what happened as soon as I hit the ground. So I just remember waking up, and my brother and I were just like crying, but for different reasons. He was crying because he was worried about me. I was crying because of three things. One, I was super sad that I had just wrecked the ship he had spent ages making. Two, that bang bloody hurt my head. And three, I knew I was going to get given out to for jumping on his bed when I was told previously not to. So next time I almost died was when I was out bike riding with my brother who was on a scooter, and we were just like circling the neighbourhood. And when we turned the corner we could see that there was like a little bit of a footpath left, a massive slope that brought us right into the main road, and the rest of the footpath which would have brought us right back round to where we live. And any normal sane person would have got off the bike and wheeled it carefully across to the other side of the footpath. But not me. I decided that I was going to keep driving and I was going to make it to the other end of that footpath. And nothing, not even a slope into the main road, was going to stop me. Oh, how I was wrong. So when I was going over this, I wasn't exactly sure if you guys would understand what I was trying to say. So I kind of just drew more or less what it looked like. So hopefully it gives you guys a better idea. So basically, just so you get the idea, as soon as I reached the slope, my bike stopped going forward and it just started to like keel over. So I started to try and keep it upright with one of my feet. And mind you, I was quite small compared to my bike. And on top of that, it had been raining the night before. So it was like a perfect combination for me to go rolling into the main road. But luckily, my brother was there and he saw what was about to happen. And even though he had a broken arm, he threw his scooter, and this just seems like it would come out of the scene of a movie, so if you don't believe me, I don't blame you. So he threw his scooter to the ground, and he ran up to me, and with his broken arm he held onto my bike, and with his normal arm he held onto me. And honestly, even to this day I don't even know how he did it, but he managed to wheel me to safety. Another time I could have almost died was when my family and I were on our way to Ireland on a plane. So my brother was on the window side of the plane, and he was looking out, and then he goes, "What the? There's something like really bright outside." And as soon as we all like looked through the window, we realised that a plane coming towards us. And as soon as we realised that, our plane just like dropped out of the sky, and everything that everybody had, like coffees and iPads and everything, just like flew up to the ceiling. And then all of a sudden the plane just went back to normal and just carried on flying, and that was it. But it could have ended badly, just saying. Another time I could have almost died was when I was in primary school, and we're all sitting down at what we call a Commodore, which is basically like, it's kind of like a cafeteria, but you don't exactly get to pick what food you want. It's just like given whatever food they have on their menu. Kind of like a restaurant, but you can't pick. It's like everyone gets the same. On that particular day we were given squid rings. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have had squid rings before, but I kid you not, they are the squishiest, hardest to eat things ever. I have no idea why you give them to kids, because they are a literal choking hazard. So, knowing me, the person that can't be bothered to wait around and chew something, I was so sick of trying to chew that squid that I was like, again, let's just swallow it and see what happens. Big mistake, again. It got stuck in my throat again. And in this commoner place, they have like hundreds of kids, so they weren't going to spot me anytime soon. I stuck my hand down my throat and I managed to find where the squid was and pull it out. And I remember the guy sitting in front of me, I'm not going to say his name because, you know, just staring at me. And then when I finally got it out, he was like, "Ew, that's disgusting." And I was like, would you prefer I have died or what? Another time I could have almost died was when I had a really bad chest infection. And if you've ever had a chest infection, you know what it's like. You're like vomiting and coughing and you can't breathe, obviously, if it's a chest infection. My parents brought me up to the doctors, and when they got there, they realised it was actually quite serious. It wasn't like a normal chest infection, it was like a serious chest infection. So they actually called an ambulance to bring me to the hospital, which is the first and only time I've ever been in an ambulance. It's funny, I remember when I was put into the ambulance and I was like looking like outwards to like the little doors, and it was like my mom, my dad and my brother. My little nurse was like, who do you want to come with you? And I looked at her like, can't they all come? And she was like, no. And then I was like, but like, can they all come? So my parents decided it would be best if my mom came along with me. So when I got to the hospital, they gave me like this really horrible tasting medicine, and they hooked me onto a nebulizer, which I've been on the nebulizer quite a few times, and I actually kind of like it because it tastes like candy floss. And then I eventually ended up falling asleep, and when I woke up I was back to normal again. Another time I almost died was when I was on vacation in Gibraltar with my family, and we had decided to go for lunch at a cute little restaurant. And I think you already know where this is going. So I had ordered a steak and chips, and I've been eating the same piece of steak for ages, so I was like, I'm gonna swallow this, nothing's gonna happen. And of course, it got stuck again, and I ended up choking again. But luckily my mom acted quick, and she just like did the Heimlich maneuver, and out came the massive ball of steak. If you guys have learned anything from this video, I hope it's that you chew your food carefully, you don't jump on beds, don't think you're invincible, and listen to your parents. So that is it for this week's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like my video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and see you soon! Even the, don't know. I just... Oh my god. My brother was on the soon, and we all saw that it was like we saw it, and it was funny. And oh my god.